Welcome back, dear students. Today we move on to the second lecture, the construction of bituminous pavement layers over the granular base course. Now, when we construct the bituminous pavement layers, we need some preparations done over the base course. They can't be just directly laid. The surface of the base course is checked for any defects, like if there are any depressions or holes, they are filled in. And if there is a change in the slope, just the cross slope is not maintained properly, then inadequate slope is maintained and all the defects are rectified. After that, the surface is thoroughly cleaned of any free or dust materials on it. On top of that, a prime coat is applied. After curing of this primed surface, a tack coat is applied. We just see a figure which shows the typical cross-section for the conventional flexible pavement. We have the natural subgrade over which we have laid the compacted subgrade, on top of which we have laid the sub-base course. Then a prime coat is applied, on top of it a binder course, on top of it a tack coat, then surface course, and on top of it seal coat. Let's see what is a prime coat. Prime coat is nothing but spraying of liquid bituminous binder, which is of low viscosity, over a granular or non-bituminous surface. This is the application of prime coat. What are the objectives of it is, it penetrates deep into the surface and seals the voids on the surface. Any loose particles are there on the surface, they are coated and bonded. They render the surface of the base course water resistant. And they also permit the tack coat to be applied over the primed surface to provide the adhesion. Now here we have a figure. The first figure shows us the correct viscosity of the bitumen binder, which penetrates into the base course and coats any loose particles, whereas the other two figures shows that if the viscosity is not maintained correctly, the prime coat will not move inside and give the necessary objective. The materials used for this prime coat are cationic bitumen emulsion, which is low setting type of grade 1, and the rate of application is 0.7 to 1.2 kg per meter square. Even medium curing cut back bitumen of grade 30 or 70 can also be used. There's a slight variation in the rate of application, which is 0.6 to 1.2 kg per meter square. This is how the prime coat is applied. This is how the binder looks like. Now, if bitumen emulsion is used, the granular base course should be damp. And if cutback bitumen is used, the granular base course should be dry. The primed surface is cured for about 24 hours. That is the drying of the bitumen coat. On top of that is on top of the primed surface, a tack coat is applied. A tack coat is nothing but the application of small quantity of liquid bituminous binder, which is having a low viscosity, over this primed granular surface or an existing bituminous surface. It provides good adhesion or interface between the new surface and the receiving layer. So this is how a tack coat is applied on an already existing bituminous layer. The materials used here are cationic bitumen emulsion, opposite to the previous type. It is a rapid setting type of grade 1, and the rate of application is between 0.2 to 0.35 kg per meter square. The spraying temperature is maintained between 20 to 70 degrees Celsius. Another type which can be used is a paving bitumen, which is having a low viscosity, that is the viscosity grade is 10 grade. Here also the rate of application is maintained between 0.3 to 0.5 kg per meter square. This is heated in a bitumen boiler to obtain the necessary viscosity. Now, if the temperature is less than the freezing point, then we can use a third type, which is the cutback bitumen of RC 70 grade. So this is how VG10, viscosity grade 10 bitumen looks like. Just a figure from the net. Now, bituminous base course or the bituminous layer. There are three types of bituminous base courses, out of which one layer alone I have explained. The rest are almost the same with a slight variation in the type of bitumen used. So the first important type which is normally used is the bituminous macadam base course. Macadam is a form of pavement which was invented by John Macadam of Scotland in the 18th century. Bituminous macadam consists of crushed aggregates and bituminous binder heated and mixed in a hot mix plant at specified temperature, transported to the construction site, laid with a mechanical paver and compacted by rollers. Its thickness is around 50 to 100 mm. So this is how the bituminous macadam base course looks like. And this is the mobile hot mix plant in which it is mixed. This is how the layers would be. We have a sub base, the base course, a binder course, and on top of it a surface course. The material used for this bituminous macadam is a bitumen binder which is having a viscosity grade of 30. In cold weather, the viscosity grade can be maintained at 20. Aggregates are used which are of two gradings, which are used of nominal size 40 mm and 19 mm. Certain properties are to be maintained for the aggregates, like the Los Angeles abrasion value should be less than 40%, impact value less than 30%, the flakiness and elongation less than 40%, soundness less than 18%, water absorption less than 2%. The minimum coating to be retained is 95% and the minimum tensile strength of bitumen is 80%. So this is why we generally do the testing for aggregates and bitumen, which we have learned in the previous modules. The construction steps is the surface on which the bituminous macadam base course is to be laid, again has to be, all the potholes have to be filled up. Profile correction is to be made, that is the slope correction. And if the slope correction is done, that course should be compacted. Then again the surface is cleaned, prime coat and tack coat are applied. Then the bituminous macadam mix is prepared, transported to the site and spread using a mechanical paver. And as soon as it's spread, the rolling is started before the mixture cools to 90 degrees Celsius. That is, it is mixed in a hot mobile mix plant. So before it cools to 90 degrees Celsius, rolling is started. This is the mechanical broom with which we can do the cleaning. This is the mechanical paver. After that, this is the roller which is used on top of it. The next step is compaction. Three types of compaction are done: breakdown rolling, intermediate rolling, and final rolling, where we have different rollers used. In breakdown rolling, we have a static roller. The weight is between 8 to 10 tons. In intermediate rolling, we have a vibratory roller, which has a 30 to 50 hertz. And final rolling is done by a light roller. The rolling speed is always less than 5 km per hour. And after rolling, the unevenness, the maximum unevenness will be only 6 mm, which shall not exceed 20 per 300 meter stretch. This is how a static roller and a vibratory roller looks like. Then, on this base course, we can give thin bituminous surfacing. This course is laid over the base course to prevent the entry of surface water during rains into the pavement layers, causing possible deterioration, and as wearing coat, providing dust-free surface. Three types are available: bituminous surface dressing, which are again under two types, a single coat dressing or a two coat dressing. Then we have a second type, which is open graded pre-mixed bituminous carpet with seal coat. And the third type is a mixed seal surface or close graded pre-mixed surfacing. These are all with the variations in the bituminous materials used. So the materials are bitumen binder, penetration grade S90, VG10. This is of the first type, the bituminous surface dressing. The aggregates of various gradings of normal size 19 mm, 13 mm and 10 mm can be used. Again, the properties of the aggregates are maintained. Thin bituminous surfaces are used in normal traffic lanes, but when we have a very heavy traffic lane, dense grade bituminous mixes are used. They are again of three types: dense grade bituminous macadam, semi-dense bituminous concrete, and bituminous concrete. They are generally overlaid over an existing pavement to strengthen them or where we have heavy traffic lanes. They are generally mixed using Marshall method. So there are some mixed design requirements required, like the Marshall stability at 60 degrees Celsius should not be less than 900 kg. The Marshall flow value should be between 2 to 4 mm. The Marshall quotient is between 2 to 5. Air voids is maintained between 3 to 5%. Voids filled with bitumen are 65 to 75%, and the water sensitivity by tensile strength ratio should not be less than 80%. There are also other special types of bituminous pavement layers, like bitumen mastic bearing course, stone matrix asphalt, slurry seal, microsurfacing. Bitumen mastic bearing course is also called as mastic asphalt. They contain high-grade bitumen, well-graded coarse and fine aggregate, and mineral filler cooked in a mastic cooker and laid hot to form an impervious solid mass. Stone matrix asphalt consists of a high-grade bitumen, well-graded coarse and fine aggregate, mineral filler, and fibers. Slurry seal and microsurfacing are a little thin types of bituminous surfacing. So these are the different layers of bituminous pavement layers, which are used as different categories as the base course, thin surfacing, dense bituminous macadams, surfacing, and special types of bituminous pavement layers. Thank you.